Alright guys and girls, I am back once again, and we're foregoing the normal intro because this is going to be on a more of a little serious note, and this is not going to, I'm just trying to record this all at once, so I'm not going to, this is not like scripted or anything. I'm just going to try to talk from the dome, but you guys saw the title. When I come with one of these, usually it's because it's very relevant to me. So let me start off as usual with a little bit of backstory so you even know why this is, why I'm even talking about it, why I feel like I should even talk about it. So the hard part about this video is like knowing how much I want to share, you know, because I want to make it personable, but I don't want to like give too much away, you know what I'm saying? I may be smiling or whatever, but in actuality, I'm gonna be very honest, I feel really sad right now. I feel pretty down right now, I guess, in like a sad kind of way. Anyways, whatever. The point is, so, you know, your boy Tiku, he's been on the dating scene, all right? He's been on the dating scene here and there, you know what I'm saying? And recently, you know, met somebody that I was super into, got along with really well, and things were going really well. And now, you know, a lot of people say that, like, oh yeah, things are going really well, and it's kind of like this misguided, just because you're doing superficial things kind of going well just because like the activity or circumstance makes it seem like it's going well. But no, yeah, things are going well with me and said lady, and like got to really know the whole mindset, you know, and how we think about things, because that's very important, right? Like a relationship's not going to be defined by the things that you do necessarily, but it's going to definitely reflect upon how y'all's mindsets match up and what you're what you're thinking of what you're thinking about certain things, you know, and how you go about certain things, right? Because if your morals or your mindsets don't match other, it's too different, it's probably not going to work out for the best. Anyways, things are really going well in that department, and I'm just gonna say it, I was like, man, I might not be single for too much longer, you know? Things are just going that well. And then all of a sudden, today actually, this is what I'm talking about, it's super relevant. Today actually, I'll put it out there, I got the hardest ghost of my life. Okay, sometimes, you know, you get those never respond kind of ghosts, right? You get the short, dry response, and you're just like, all right, screw it, that's not really ghosting. But yeah, sometimes you get the never respond ghost. I got a straight block on everything. I just got a huge, like, stomach drop, you know, like burning sensation in the chest, if that makes any sense. And I was like, dang, like, I'm really hurt right now. Like, I guess I just kind of smile it off or joke it off. I don't know, it's my thing. But anyways, yeah, hardest ghost of my life today, and that is kind of why, I guess that's why, it's part of the reason why I feel pretty sad about it all, you know what I'm saying? But that brings me to the topic of ghosting. Now, I've wanted to talk about this actually for months now. I've been having conversation with my friends, you know, about ghosting, because I have a pretty strong opinion about this, okay? But at the time when I was first talking to my friends about it, you know, I was like, I don't want to just make a video and just talk about something. It seems like I'm just talking for no reason. And now it's super relevant. So I thought it would be a really good time to finally make this video. So let me just start off by saying, you know, ghosting is when you just suddenly stop replying, or you just disappear. It's like you became a ghost to that person. You know, you're gone, right? And let's start by saying I can see why you would do that, okay? I can see why you would ghost, because one, if you actually tell somebody, you're like, oh yeah, I'm just not interested, or oh yeah, I found another guy, like, or another girl, whatever, you never know how that person's gonna react. They could react really harshly and just outright freaking flame you, rage, go crazy, right? There's a little bit of conflict, and it's hard, especially for some people in their mind to be like, yeah, let me just say this, and like we can deal with it, whatever, and like expect it to go in a mature way, right? And so that's the convenience of ghosting. You don't have to deal with that conflict, right? Now, however, while it may be convenient, my belief is that it's not responsible necessarily, okay? Because that person that you're ghosting, you know, they've this is not always, because some people just don't care, right? But like, let's say you're actually invested, right, into this relationship that you're kind of seeking. You're emotionally invested, and if you're actually mature, if you're mature enough to have a relationship in the first place, if somebody tells you, like, oh, I just trying to change my mind, or just not interested or whatever, like, or like maybe this thing about you, like, I'm sorry, I just can't get over that. Like, if you're mature enough, like, it's gonna hurt at first, yeah, hearing that, because it is rejection. Rejection hurts, right? But you're gonna be able to take that and kind of stomach it and maybe digest it in a way, like, maybe it's something that you do need to work on, it's maybe it's a legitimate concern. And if you're mature enough, for what I'm thinking, like, to be even in a relationship, you're mature enough to handle that in a responsible and mature fashion. You're not going to just flip out, because that makes absolutely no sense. But when you go somebody, right, you leave them completely in the dark, right? They have no idea what's happened. Like, they don't even know if you're okay. Because to be honest, like, in my situation, at first I thought, like, I was actually worried about this person. I was like, oh dang, like, this is really weird. We've been talking every single day for like a while. My initial thought was like, I wonder if something happened. I wonder if they're okay, especially with the freaking whole pandemic thing going on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's part of it. But then also leaving somebody completely in the dark, that allows a lot of room for manifestations of doubt within that person's mind. Okay. Because then they start thinking like, man, did I do something wrong? Was it this? Was it this? Like, is it something like this about my personality? It's a lot of thinking, and whether or not, like, you can be logical about it, right? And be like, I just got ghosted, whatever, like, that's fine. But emotionally, like, there's things that it's very hard to ignore. It goes without saying that everyone reacts differently to it, right? Some people don't care, they shake it off, like, because they're probably not, like, honestly, if you get ghosted and you didn't care, you're probably not so invested into it anyways. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you're not looking for a serious relationship anyways. Some people, maybe they're just hardened to it, which is really effed up in the first place. That should not be something that you're just like expecting. And then another one is that there can definitely be a degree of emotional trauma for some people, because it's like you're putting for people who actually have gotten like pretty far along, when they get ghosted, you're putting trust into that person. You're trusting them. It's like as if you're opening up, like, because it takes a degree of vulnerability to open up to somebody and really put your trust in them. And then to get ghosted is that sudden betrayal. Some people, like, they get really affected by that, because whether you like to admit it or not, rejection already hurts the pride, right? But at least you know what's up exactly. When you get rejected and you don't even have no reason why, that really puts doubt in somebody's pride, and that can definitely carry over into how they proceed in future relationships, or just in life in general, So if it hasn't been clear already, like, what do I think about ghosting? Like I said, ghosting is convenient, but it's irresponsible in my opinion, because you're not taking responsibility for these emotions that you've helped develop in that person that you've been talking to the whole time. And I know it can be scary to actually, like, write that message like, yo, I'm not interested or whatever, right? But overall, like, in terms of what it does for that person, it's a lot better than just absolutely leaving them in the dust. Like I said, I'm just kind of rambling here, just getting my thoughts out. I think it came out pretty smooth, actually. Keep in mind, by the way, when I say these things, like, when I give my opinion on what should be done, what the right thing to do is, I'm going from an outlook that we're trying to be like the best people possible. Okay, I'm not about just doing what's best for me necessarily, because sometimes, or the most convenient thing necessarily, I should say, because the most convenient thing, sometimes you step on other people, right? And sometimes you got to completely disregard other people, and maybe that's even an immoral way, for me anyways, just for that convenience factor. But that's not what I'm about. I'm about trying to improve as a person. And so when I say that, like, this ghosting thing is irresponsible and it should not be done, this is just from my own moral outlook of what should be done here. But yeah, I think that's everything. I just really want to talk about this. I don't know if I got everything out, guys, because this is just me talking, right? Anyways, I know this is a little bit more on the serious side, but it is what it is, guys. Yeah, anyways, hopefully some of you guys found this helpful. Some of you, maybe you're thinking about ghosting, maybe you're a good person inside, but that little, maybe this has changed your outlook on ghosting. All right, anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.